This video is for people like Bob and Jill who make a good income, but they just don't know where all their money is going, and they just want to hold on to more of their income and put it to better use. So typically when you talk to people about their expenses and what they're spending, they're easily able to identify, their home expenses, things like heat, hydro, cable TV. They know their mortgage payments, but when we talk to them about their lifestyle expenses, things like clothing, groceries, entertainment, vacations, and restaurants, they really don't know how much they're spending, but they'll give us some figures. And when we go and we take a look at those figures, we often find, if we tally up at the end of the year, we can see there's probably an extra $30,000 left each year that's not being allocated. And so, again, the purpose of this video is how do we capture that money and redirect it towards things where you'd like to spend your money. Now, in Jill and Bob's case, they have an after-tax take-home pay of about $97,000, $98,000 a year. And what we'd like you to do is think of two different bank accounts. You have a working cash flow account and an active cash flow account. And you're going to use your working cash flow account to pay for things like your home expenses, your vehicle expenses. Your active cash flow account is going to be used for your day-to-day spending. So that'll be things like your groceries, clothing, etc. Working cash flow expenses, they're generally fixed costs. People know what the costs are. Usually you can easily automate those bill payments, and there's not a real emotional tug to want to go and spend more money, right? Who wants to pay more money for their cable bill? On the other hand, your active cash flow account, generally those things are variable costs. It's not easy to automate what those costs will be, and often there's an emotional pull to actually even want to spend more money. So this is what we suggest that you do. You set up the two accounts, the working cash flow account and the active cash flow account. So your paycheck goes into your working cash flow account. Then each week you're going to take 20% of your take-home pay and you're going to move it over to your active cash flow account. And in Jill and Bob's case, they have about $376 a week to spend, or over the course of the year, about $19,000. And so here it is. We've put it in their plan. So that's what they can spend on a yearly basis, although they're going to get it each week. And so they can spend their money on whatever they want here. But if the money runs out within the week, they just have to wait until the active cash flow account is replenished. With your working cash flow account, you're going to set up with a credit card. So everything gets paid with a credit card, and everything that can be is automated. With your active cash flow account, you're either going to use cash or a debit card. There's no credit card set up to this account. And when you first start this program, just use cash for the first 60 days. It'll remind you of how much things cost. And when you go and start using your debit card, if you find you ever get in trouble, switch back to cash. Now, the other thing to point out here is with Jill and Bob, they've got the working cash flow account, the active cash flow account, and we have a gap. When we subtract from the take-home pay, the working cash flow and the active cash flow, there's extra money. And that's the money that was slipping through their hands, and that's the money that we're going to redirect to other places. So one thing that is important is to have a fun goal that you want. So in Jill and Bob's case, they want to travel. So let's make sure that some of that gap money goes to a vacation fund. So this is what we've done. We've set up a winter vacation for them, for their home and their mortgage. We've done some prepayments of $10,000 a year. They want to do some renovations on the home, so we've put those in there. And we've done RSP contributions for them. They're each doing about $5,000 a year. So we know through this cash flow plan that Bob and Jill are going to have a successful retirement. And we also know they're going to be able to have and do the things that they want. Of course, there's other things that they can do along the way, but if you'd like some help with the cash flow plan, just send us an email and let us know, and we'll be happy to help. Thank you.